Welcome everybody to my channel, and today people we will be talking about something that affects all our children across the world. But before I get into it, please make sure to smash the like button and subscribe if you like videos like this. I post content twice a week, so don't miss out. Let's go. So, what am I talking about? An issue that would affect all our kids and teenagers? Well, it's very simple. It's the phone. I've seen many countries now coming out to say that they want to ban children under a certain age from access to social media. That is going to, I think my government now in my country now wants to do the same. They actually want to ban handphones, smartphones for kids. Here's the thing, smartphones and all these gadgets are now so interlinked with our children that just cutting it off immediately, would that be something good or not? I totally agree about children not being on social media. I talked about it when we were talking about the games. But banning kids totally from gadgets like phones, smartphones, tabs, iPads, computers, would that be a benefit? Now, I have two kids who love love phones. They love watching YouTube. They love doing things on the phone, playing games, some weird games that I saw my son playing and my daughter plays. And to a certain extent, I think it does help them build their creativity. Now, of course, the main thing is that I monitor everything that they do. So I know exactly, like my son is now into this garden of Bam Bam. No clue the first time when he mentioned it to me. But I did some research into it. It's some kind of a horror kind of game, which is just weird. Before that, he was, of course, into his sprunkies. That was another weird kind of thing that he went into a phase. But my son actually just likes to look at all those pictures and then he likes to draw all those pictures. So I'm like, okay, fine, that's no problem. But would I remove the phone or the gadgets totally from my kids? I actually would not. I do limit how much time they can spend, and I have very strict rules like on the dining table, there are no gadgets. So even I don't have it. My wife also doesn't have gadgets on the dining table when we're eating because that time is for us to actually talk and be a family together. So governments wanting to ban gadgets, I don't think that is a great thing. But keeping children off social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, now that is something I actually do support. I've told my daughter, no way is she having a Facebook account or Instagram or TikTok anytime soon. I am not going to allow it. The reason is because of this. Yes, there is a lot of influence on all the social media platforms that could be a negative influence to our kids. That is where I've always said that parents have to be the gatekeeper. Parents have to be the one to make sure they monitor what the children are absorbing, as it were. At the same time, there are a lot of creeps on social media. There have been too many cases where children as young as 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 that are being groomed by these older creepy men to fall in love with them. Children at that age don't even understand what love is. They understand infatuation. They will understand that, oh, that seems interesting, but they don't understand what actual love is. But men who are these really creepy men, I've seen some of these cases happen, they actually groom them. They actually make them feel that this person, number one, he portrays themselves as younger than what their actual age is. And they say that, I can take care of you, you know, I actually really like you. I think you're such a perfect person. And they make children like this fall for this scam. I call it a scam. So that's what really worries me all the time. So, yes, children should not be on social media. They have the gadgets, they use it under a very, very tight regime as to when they can use it and what they can use it for, but not on social media where, hey, do you know how many videos I've seen when I'm scrolling on Instagram that I see young kids shaking their bodies on camera. And for me, I'm like, what? Why is this being allowed? These are children. They're not supposed to be doing this. They're supposed to be out there enjoying their time instead of twerking on camera for everybody. And then you go and look at the comments. It's those really creepy people who have nothing else better to do who go and say, "Oh, you have such a nice," and it's just, there are times when, and I just scroll and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" But that's what's happening. That's the real world. And parents, we need to be ahead of these trends. Here's the thing: children will not have a social media account, but their parents have. And what happens? I've seen this so many times also. The children ends up using the parents' social media to look for things. Now, because it's the parents' social media, there isn't even any kind of limitations as to what they can do because the parents are considered adults and those accounts are set up for adults. So weird stuff starts to appear. And I've seen all of this, not with just people around me, but when I go to a restaurant, I'm just walking by and I see a kid watching something on TikTok or Instagram, and I'm like, what? And the parents are sitting on there, "Oh, okay," and they might have a second phone, and they'd be like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, that's it." Again, it comes back down to us. The government can do all these bans, these restrictions, these limitations. But enforcement for this cannot fall on the government. They cannot be coming into our houses to determine what happens in there. That is wrong. I don't want to live in a country where the government can come through my front door and ask me, "What is your daughter watching today?" That responsibility falls with us, the parents. So, what are we doing about it? Yes, this is a very difficult topic to talk about because it involves our kids. And a lot of parents, they want to do the best for the kids, but a lot of them have lost their way. Sometimes even I lose my way. But it's important for all of us to come together and remember that the kids are our responsibility, not the government's, and not anybody else. As I said, we cannot live in a police state. So, and I know this is not a very controversial topic, right? I don't think it is. I think every parent would say, yes, I want the best for my kids. And I don't want them to be preyed on by weirdos on the internet. But this is a very difficult topic for people to absorb because what it does is that it points the finger back at us, that we are the ones making the mistake. So, what do you think? Should the government place a lot more restrictions and bans on kids having gadgets and kids being on social media? Or should we just, or should the government just step out of it and says, hey, you shouldn't be determining what I do with my family? Let me know down in the comment section. Well, that's it for today. This topic is a very, very important topic. It determines the future of our kids. So I hope all of you like it. And remember, I do some controversial topics like my topic about feminism. And if you like topics like that, let me know in the comment section. I do have one up planned for next week, so keep an eye. And so for that, you must subscribe. And well, take care. And don't forget, the kids, they are our responsibility.